draft stuff.
Okay.
Berkeley Catton, Carter Yakimchuk, these are guys that we have talked a lot about. I think we both like both of them. Catton seems to be your guy.
Yeah, probably.
And Yakimchuk is mine. I just find him very entertaining. I got to tell you, Konsta Helenius.
You're coming around on him?
He's really starting to grow on me.
Alex Appleyard is a big Konsta Helenius guy.
And that's part of it. But he's starting to grow on me. I see him as a potentially really strong duo with Matvei Michkov.
Okay.
Because we have this just ridiculous super talent, trying the Michigan, scoring on breakaways, fast break offense guy. And that's great. But as you were saying, I think with Kelly, was Kelly yesterday, you're on the show, like how the Florida Panthers changed. How they were that high-flying team, that fun, like, the year they won the President's Trophy and they scored like 5.5 goals a game.
Yeah.
They traded for Giroux. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, they were an incredibly fun team to watch.
And then playoffs are played a little differently. Did not quite work out for them that year. Since then, they've changed up a little bit and they've been to the Stanley Cup final twice. I think we need a little bit of the balance. Mm-hmm. And now listen, if like Sean Couturier can give us the next 5 years of like basically prime Couturier, if he's back to normal, cool. Yeah. I'm not banking on that because we just saw him fall apart in the second half of the season and it's year one. I don't think he's going to be better at 34 than he is today. Could happen. Happen with G.
It's concerning.
So I'm just looking at a guy with one could step in right away. I'm all for. I just want new faces. I just want something new to root for with this team. I want to see some of these guys like waiting on Michkov. Hopefully not too much longer, but waiting on just like Bonk and Barkey. It's going to be forever. I want the new guys now. Never going to see Cutter Gauthier. He's not coming. He's in Anaheim. Helenius has a chance maybe to play right away.
Pretty close.
Not ineligible to go to the AHL, so he could at least come over.
Sure.
It's different with the, like CHL players and college guys and stuff like that. Also, the steady hockey IQ, does the right things. I think that might be a good balance to put next to Michkov, who's going to freelance out there. What do you think of this assessment?
My view of Konsta Helenius is I like him as a player, and if I have to watch him for 10-plus years as a Flyer, I will very much enjoy it. He plays a style that very much appeals to me. I'm someone who, really, really likes watching Sean Couturier. I have been a Joel Farabee fan for a long time. Helenius, as a draft prospect, reminds me a lot of Joel Farabee when I was scouting Joel Farabee prior to his draft, except Helenius can actually play center. Joel Farabee can't. He's a pure winger. So I will enjoy watching Konsta Helenius play. I will just say that, like, if they take Konsta Helenius and he's good, and he's everything you think he's going to be, which is that, like, borderline 1C, 2C, prepare for 10 years of people saying the Flyers don't have a 1C.
I'm prepared for that.
I'm just saying.
But what if we have two of them? Nah, I'm just... I have, like you were talking about the Penguins, we have to do it this way. I will, like, the Flyers, when they were good, like that 08 to whatever run, a 2011 run, man, it's crazy how it lines up with the Phils. Like, when they were good, they did, yes, like, Mike Richards was very good, and Jeff Carter and Danny Briere. I wouldn't put any of them as, like, an alpha 1C. Like, that's not what any of them were. But the combination of the three was like, we have 9 20-goal scorers on this team.
True.
And maybe that's closer to what they're going to be based on, we're drafting 12th. Maybe that's closer to what they're going to be. And if that's the makeup, I think that steady guy is kind of something they're going to need to go along with, we're going to take big swings on other players elsewhere. Like, we're going to take the big swing. We're going to see if Matvei Michkov can just come over and eventually be Nikita Kucherov. Right. Like, if that's the swing, maybe you played a little safer. But I know you're of the belief of, like, we need to hit a grand slam every time.
I'd like to get...
We need to attempt to...
I'd like to get multiple guys that I think have the skills to scare opposing teams. I think Matvei Michkov is one. I don't think they have another. The closest they have on the current roster is Travis Konecny, and he can at his best, but he certainly can on a nightly basis. That's why he's that next tier down. He's not a true star. I do not. When I watch Konsta Helenius, I don't see a guy that has that kind of skill. When I watch Berkeley Catton, I do. Like, honestly, like, and Berkeley Catton's not the only guy.
Yeah.
I watch other forwards in this draft. I watch Caden Lidstrom. I see a guy who could. I even watch a guy like Tija Ginla or Beckett Seneca, and I see guys who maybe could be superstars. I don't think it's like their most likely outcome, but it's possible. I don't watch Helenius and see that outcome. I think he has a much higher likelihood of being a damn good second line player than maybe Beckett Seneca does. But I think Seneca probably has a higher chance of being a star than Helenius does. And I would rather go for the guys that have a higher chance of being stars.
We all silly like the mayor.